Today we will discuss about the receipt and payment account. Before I am starting the accounts, so let's discuss something about it. First of all, who used to prepare the receipt and payment account? The business organization, the business firm does not prepare this sort of accounts. Now the question comes why? Because it simply shows the receipt and payment of cash. So mainly all those firm, all those organizations which are not associated with business. That means what? Specifically the non-profit organizations, they follows this account specifically. So what does it shows? The receipt and payment, the name itself represents the receipt of cash, whereas the payment of cash. Now you can ask me a question: what is the difference between the cash book and receipt and payment account? Conceptually, it doesn't have much differences. But the cash book mainly follows by the business units, and non-profit organization usually doesn't follow the cash book. Instead of cash book, they follows receipt and payment account. It is a real account. It is purely a real account. It follows the principle of the real account. So what is the principle of the real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So this is the debit side and this is the credit side. So first we will start it to balance BD, cash in hand and cash at bank. That means these are the opening cash balances in form of cash, in form of bank. Right? So these are the carry forwarded amount of the last year or last month or the last date. And it will ends up by balance CD. This is the amount of closing cash balance in form of cash, in form of bank balance. So now that this is starting, that is ending. So it will start with the opening cash balance and it will end up with a closing cash balance, right? What is the amount of cash that remains at the end of the period? So now what we have to do in this particular account? That debit side, already we have discussed what is the rule stands for a real account. Debit what comes in. What means what? What means cash here. So all those receipt of money which is coming into the firm, that will come in the debit side. So here it is given all receipt of cash. Mind it, in a business firm, it is separate. While we talk about NPOs, what is the sources of receipt? Mainly the sources of receipt is the subscriptions of the members, the life membership fees, the entrance fees, the donations, the grant. These are mainly the sources of fund for any NPOs. Mind it, these particular sources you will not get in case of the business organization. There is no such as the life membership fees, the donations and annual fees, the entrance fees, something just like that. Again, the payment here, the credit side will represent all payment of cash. That means what? In which particular categories or channels the firm is incurring the expenditure or by making the payment, that will come here. And it is almost similar like the other business organizations, because say here it will come the salaries, the advertisement expenses, the printing and stationery, the electricity bill, the rent, etc, etc, etc. Right? So we need to understand that particular, if any receipt of money is there, then it will come on the debit side of the account. If it is not coming, it will not come here. Be specific. In the same way, if the payment is being made, it will come on the credit side. If the payment is yet to be made, of course, it will not come here. So that particular account follows the cash basis of accounting. The debit side represents cash received. Mind it, it excludes cash receivables. Again, the credit side represents cash payment. The cash payable will totally exclude from the here. I think this is the main concept behind preparation of the receipt and payment account. If you follow these particular rules, any sort of accounts, any lengthy, any difficult accounts, we can solve it very easily. I think this is clear to you.